establishment Republicans who will not be choosing our next nominee feel that way. This is a democratized process with a small d. Primary voters in Iowa and New Hampshire and Nevada and South Carolina and Florida and forward are going to choose this nominee. If you look at polls of Republican voters, there's grave doubts by a very sizable plurality about whether the president was born here. I don't know how these disclosures today will affect that, but there's no other way to explain the fact that Trump moved from being back in the pack in February and being a net unfavorable in terms of his perception to being ahead of the pack now and being, you know, favorably perceived 53 over 33.
Well,
so
wait, hold on. In terms
the issue has clearly propelled his candidacy.
Okay, but
his potential
in
candidacy.
terms of the citizenship, I mean, it's only in the 30% range of people who aren't sure. But even then, you can't hang a whole presidential candidacy on the question of whether or not the president was born where he says he was born.
You're absolutely right.
So should Donald Trump actually leave this issue now, because he seemed loath to do so? Now, I understand he was taking a bit of a victory lap. He thought that he was the guy who forced this issue. But should he stop talking about it now?
I don't think you can predict what Trump is going to say next week, although clearly he talked today about gasoline prices, about trade with China, the problem with OPEC. I don't think that the birther issue is the raison d'etre for a presidential campaign. But I have no doubt that if Trump ran for president, he'd have a full platform. He'd discuss all the issues. You know, I think this appears to me, at least this segment of it, to be resolved. Barack Obama promised us the most transparent administration in history. And he hasn't released his academic records, and I, for one, would be interested in seeing them.
Okay.